Hello and welcome back to Distant Worlds 2. We are continuing our playthrough here as the Boskara, and we are just getting out of a war where we took over a significant chunk of an enemy empire and consolidated our territory quite a bit. The enemy empire has no planets left, just, well, almost no planets left, just the observation post. They got this guy here, but we are going to invade that and take it back. Just debating if I want to eat the massive reputation hit to unjustifiably take out the colony or not. And I'm leaning towards doing it just because I can. Kind of feeling like just taking the planet. I mean, it was my planet to begin with. I don't know if it's going to give me a full reputation penalty or if there's going to be... Yeah, you know, actually the hit wasn't too bad. Like an unjustified colony invasion, negative 14. I could live with that. Did we go to war with them? I thought we just invaded. Wasn't aware that would put us at war with them. Doesn't appear we're at war with anybody else though, so I'm hoping it'll be okay. They don't want to go to peace yet, which I guess makes sense given the current situation. Looks like we have some of their spies and a scientist, so I would love to recruit their scientists into our control. All right, let's go ahead and look at enemy targets, and we're going to filter by war targets, colonies. Let's go ahead, clear defenses and invasion. Yeah, this is an outpost. And then these guys are just not really close enough to do anything meaningful with, these two down here. So I am going to have to go to peace with them after taking over this one. I didn't actually mean to go to war with them. I thought I was just going to be able to get away with invading the planet. But it is what it is. Population growth going on. Big bump in happiness. Hopefully our economy will stabilize relatively soon. I can't actually queue up any new techs until I get some cash on hand. So I'm really hoping we get cash positive relatively soon. All right, is there anything I can do for money right now? I mean, we kind of did what we could for money. Galactic Diplomatic Center. Let's look at colony importance. You can't build anything right now. +5 all research would be really nice. I don't really mind a penalty to the mining rate on this planet. How many credits? 50,000 credits. Might be a hot minute before we can do that. I really do have to solve this issue here. Where are you going? Like, I just don't understand what you're doing right now. You're trying to come over here to our planet, but why? Is there a reason to come here? I'm not sure. I need enough cash to queue up some techs. I don't have a lot of options here, so I'm going to queue up whatever I can afford to queue up. The gravitic control, I think that might be worth queuing up, even though I'm doing it mostly because of cost. But if I start building some of those nets on the planet, we can force them into our control. How are you so happy? All right, we got a bunch of invasion fleets queued up to invade this planet, or outpost, I should say. Most of them are arriving. I mean, we don't really have to wait. This by itself has enough on it to defend. Looks like they're going to repair at a spaceport. All right, we do have Titan blasters now, and we do have a bunch of other stuff. So I mean, these ships have not fully retrofit yet, so it's not an immediate availability, but I mean, we are just decimating this stuff. Is there anything else worth getting? Probably some troop stuff, I would think. We haven't done that in a while. Just to beef up our strength here. I would like to get advanced shields at some point. All right, that was a no-brainer. Can't build anything here. It is almost worth converting. I mean, not quite, but almost. All right, does that get us closer to being able to do any of these? No. That is within the engagement range. All right, we're going to set some home bases, let some recalculation happen. Hopefully it'll become enough to be able to attack. No. Looks like refueling is the issue right now, which shouldn't be. All right, I thought I saw a cash positive. He gets head out for a brief second. Yes, we are once again trending towards cash positivity. We should be close enough to be able to invade that. Both of these. All right, now we can invade. You know, it did have the invade button on both of those, now that I'm looking at it. No, let's go ahead and queue that up. Let the AI take those over, and then that'll be the end of the Green Boys. What's crazy is just invading that planet. They went to war with me, but they did not call in anybody in their defensive pact. So the next question would be, who do I go after next? So Tireless Ascendancy, they're allied with a fair amount of people. Are they anybody to worry about? 2 planets, that's not a big deal. These guys will be gone. Ooh, the Atuk Dominion, the #1. Yeah, that's not gonna go particularly well for us if we do that. All right, who could be next on the chopping block? You are not allied with anybody, but you are all the way down here, so that's not very helpful. The Boskaras. Wait. Oh, they are a subjugated vassal of the Atuk? Not that the Atuk is a subjugated vassal of them. The wording is a little strange here. Okay, let's get the logistics kicked out. All right, these guys, I gotta find a piece of something I could go after here. Gazurians are down here, can't do anything with that. Darians, you only have a single planet. You are over here, so I could take you out. You are like right on my doorstep, and I don't think you're out. Oh wait, you are allied with some people. Are you allied with the right people, though? Yeah, you know, Tekin Syndicate is weak. Tireless Ascendancy is weak. Imperial India Dynasty, also weak. So, shouldn't be too much of a problem. And it would pull the Tireless Ascendancy into a war with us as well. Oh, hello. Got some independent colonies. Let's queue up some invasions of those. They're never going to like us enough, so invasion is the way to go. Although it's going to move our reputation deep into the red. which is not great. All right, so what are you guys doing? Are you heading back over there to invade? You are. You're heading over here to invade this planet. All right, that's the last planet there. While we got some cash, I do have to queue up more research. It's probably not worth it, but I just want to knock it out because it's driving me nuts. Nothing worth getting there. We want better fighters. I feel like that might be a good choice. Impregnable construction. You know, let's build better ships. Did I ever... I don't know if I ever built a template. Oh, I don't have it yet. Okay, so large spaceport. Once that's done. So, were these colonies somebody else's? And they just happened to rebel? Alright, so we got some Rift Striders popping in here. Fortunately, in my territory, less than ideal. We do have some retrofitting going on. Our military strength has gone up significantly as a result. It's biological warfare. Mortalin Enclave. They are the second best, right? Look at the victory conditions. Mortalin Territory. That is different from the Mortalin Enclave. They've actually dropped down a couple percentage. I really do feel like my economy has to recover a little before I can really get myself into another grinding war. I mean, I'm already in a war now, but it's about to end, theoretically. All right, we do have a scientist as a prisoner. Let's go ahead and sort. Huh. We scooped up a scientist, but then they're not here. Interesting. Okay, so Nipsey's Industries are gone. So does that mean all of their mining stations become mined automatically? Because that is a lot cheaper. I'm going to assume that's the case until I figure out otherwise. Take a look at the mining stations. 951. I mean, that just drastically increased out of nowhere. All right, foreign ships join us. 1,272 ships. Holy cow. All right, well, that's a little bit problematic. Although I'm guessing most of that is private sector stuff. All right, our reputation's about to take a big old dunk. We are going to start invading. And that's going to also tank our economy, unfortunately. At least temporarily, until everybody recovers from it. Let's sort by suitability, see if there's any new planets available to us. I mean, just the one that broke off. This one's not independent colony. We're going to try to take these all over. These guys might come with us without invading them. Let's negotiate a deal with them. Don't have any money. All right, let's send a large gift, offer limited agreement. It's going to trend them in the right direction. Only a 46% chance of success, however. We're going to have to wait a little bit on that. There's a lot of retrofitting that has to be done right now, so I just gotta wait for the economy to bounce back. Didn't I cancel invading that? What are you doing? Oh, a bunch of new resources showing up. All right, first one taken over. That puts me at negative 79. Independent colonies invaded. I mean, if we're gonna take that hit, we might as well invade the other ones. Although one of them's already gone. I don't know what happened to that one. You know, let's just invade this. I mean, does it matter? If we're gonna be at negative 100, it can't get any worse than that, so might as well just do what's gonna get me that the quickest and cheapest, so we can start recovering. Alright, you stop trying to capture a ship and go invade a planet. Oh, you're already in the system. What are you doing? Sometimes I do not understand the way the AI works. It can be so silly. Alright, so we are capped out now. Our reputation cannot get any worse. Oh, it went over 100. I actually thought it couldn't go over 100. But I think it ticks down quicker, so. Okay, let's get over here. It looks like we are ready to invade. Nope, let's not, you know, send one ship at a time. Like, get everybody nice and close. I mean, maybe not inside the planet, but I mean, we're still gonna win. But I just don't understand why it's that. Because our invasion fleets aren't invading anymore. All right, more biological warfare. This has become ours. So it looks like our research output has increased drastically. We're up to like 7,100, which is pretty huge. We do have a bunch of ships just kind of like, looks like they were converted and then kind of patrolling our systems. I don't know how much of a point there is, but they're doing whatever they're doing. I do feel like now that we're out of that war, I should probably refocus my efforts on coming over here and being ready to engage with these people. So let's go ahead and get some of our defensive fleets stationed over here. Yeah, these guys are not particularly powerful. At least not anymore. Alright, so we are gonna... MD01 is gonna be based here. MD02 is gonna be here. Which somewhat covers this planet, but not really. Because, you know, they love to not actually defend their neighbor. And then I feel like they always try to harass us over here, so let's set a home base over there. I would also like to start moving these invasion fleets over in this direction. I mean, they're going to be scooping up troops and whatnot for a little while, but at least when they're done, have them kind of settling over here instead. Getting ready to invade other planets, I think is the right move. Right, let's one more. Probably, well, probably still over here. Like this seems to be the core of where they're at. So let's just park both invasion fleets here so we can kind of quickly and easily move out. Or Talon Nation is encountered. Wonder if that's split off from the independent colony. We know we're going to need some attack fleets, so let's move that over here. And maybe we'll park an attack fleet up here, because they seem to love to go to this mining station here. Right, there is, if I declare war over here, there is the possibility they're going to harass me a little bit. So let's move over here with the defensive fleet, just so we're positioned at the nearest planet, although they might go somewhere else, you know, who knows. All right, economically, I am starting to recover, cash positive, trending in the right direction. We are about to get new carrier designs. I am going to have to retrofit everything again to get it into an even bigger class. Same with the carriers. They're going to have to, or the troop transports. We're going to be retrofitting those, and they're going to end up being able to fit a lot more infantry than they currently fit. All right, while we got some cash in the bank, let's queue up some more tech. Construction, I would like this because empire-wide ship maintenance savings 10%. Could end up being a good amount of money. Better battleships would be good. High power extractors, energy absorption, mining research. Let's get some of this like economic stuff going. Never did get enhanced colonization. Probably should knock that out. Advanced cargo systems, advanced crew systems. Medical systems would reduce damage. This increases maintenance savings, so that could be another cash saving option. Get those entry level techs research because they're very cheap. Might as well knock them out. Speaking of very cheap techs, 6 days. That seems like virtually nothing. These other techs we probably should do as well. Just because it'll help bump our reputation up temporarily while we're waiting for the independent colonies invaded to eventually trickle down to hopefully nothing. Let's queue up the option to attack some of this stuff. I do need to build more fleets at some point. That is a thing. Let's build a couple micro attack fleets from existing ships because we have so many of them. Right, that pretty much drained all those resources. A little surprised there's still not more. Right, so that would be 3 and 4. No, 4 and 5. All right, light carriers are about to become carriers. Retrofitting will happen then. Pretty sure these will automatically retrofit. Probably a good spot for them to stage up. I didn't mean for them to do that, but that's fine. You guys can probably come over here instead. Because you're the next closest planet, and you will be... Alright, this is the most positive cash flow we've ever had. And it's getting better by the day. So hopefully we'll be economically stable in the near future, and we could really start scaling up our fleets. That's the goal anyway. Yeah, just look at this cash flow going up and up and up. I mean, the cash on hand keeps dipping in the negative, but eventually that'll stabilize. Our military strength has more than, or probably about tripled from when we started this game, this episode. So that's a significant bump up as well. Looks like we're building planetary bastions like everywhere. This is about to complete. We could retrofit, build a new carrier design, get rid of the light carrier, and then upgrade from there. I mean, this is still not a lot of money. We also should build many space. like every spaceport I could possibly. All right, let's go ahead and make a new design. We want the carrier because it is a larger max size and hull size than a light carrier. Also has a better shield recharge rate. Auto design and take a look at what it's giving us. Giving us the hyper deny, which is good. Torrent drive, good. Engines are okay. I'm a little surprised to think that's the best. We do have a couple Titan blasters on here. I need better PD to fight off the little ships. I would like better starfighter bays. This says, okay, so this can hold more, but this builds them faster and repairs them faster. I mean, this is a carrier, right? Like the whole point of a carrier is carry. I would think that's where our priority has to lie. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of these defenses. Maybe get rid of one of these. Just one shy, huh? I don't think I can get rid of a crew system. Nope. Can't get rid of a reactor. Don't have enough there. Well, looks like the grapple beam's gotta go. More important that I have these, I think. Alright, so that can go obsolete. This one stays and replaces that. Everybody upgrades, more ships. The fighter ships are really what makes the game. When you just have like a swarm of 6,000 fighters and bombers, they just decimate everything and nothing can really defend against it because there's just too many ships. The overkill of their weapons on the fighter ships, it just doesn't matter. They're just wasting resources. All right, the economy's dipping a little bit. Still very cash positive, but our maintenance expenses are going up as I'm building more of these spaceports and other stuff. Although the spaceports will help our research output, so I think it's worth doing. And then once our reputation recovers, that's going to help our economy as well. And as we assimilate all of the area we've taken over, that's going to help. All right, what's the fleet situation here? You're down here defending. Right where we want you to be. That guy didn't have a spaceport up there? All right, mining station wise, is there anything? Yeah, looks, well, there's one planet here that looks like it has some resources we could tack onto. Any colonizable planets? Not really. I mean, this low quality, so that's going to be problematic. All right, how far away is this guy? He's out of fuel. Yeah, he's like never going to reach there. Go retrofit real quick. I say real quick, it's actually going to be incredibly and painfully slow. All right, there we go. Cash is bumping back up. Civilian ships are still being upgraded. I mean, there's so many of them. I imagine it's going to take a very long time to upgrade, but eventually we will get there. Yeah, look at that. Like multiple thousands of freighters that all have to be upgraded. Mining stations up to over 1,000. We look at the economy, the private cash flows it's hovering a little bit shy of 1 million, and it's been there for quite a while. The private cash, they're staying right about what their cycle allotment is. So spending as fast as they're generating it, apparently. Everything here is in the positive, which is great. We always want to see that. Research is slowly trickling upwards. Now, one thing I did not do this episode that I probably should have is go through all of my planets. Oh, hello. Why are you guys suddenly available and colonizable? Because the Ikaru? Might as well build these resorts as well while we're talking economy. But yeah, I did not go through the research locations. On there. So if I go to the with research bonuses, can't afford to build. Okay, but there is something here. Yep, research station right there. Anything with a research bonus, I do want to try to build something if it's my planet or it's a planet nearby. So I can't filter to just things owned by me, apparently. That would be nice. Already have a base there. Already have a base. Most of the time, I will not find anything, but once in a while, I will find something that can be built. Yep, here's another one here, Trenton 2. I can build a research station. There's another research station. I don't know why they don't auto build. It was the Forgotten Library. Another research station here. I'm actually finding quite a few. And research stations are great. They really bump your tech quite a bit. There's another one, Actaria. Probably should have done this sooner. There's another one, Damazi. The Tower of Sakura. Alright, so that's 5 more research bases that I will now have that I wouldn't have had. Which should pretty significantly increase my my money here. I don't know where the scientists went. I had one in my prison and now it's gone. Alright, reputation is slowly recovering. We're at negative 56 now, which is, you know, significantly better than it was before. Still not great, but it's definitely better. Speaking of which, let's bump these techs out real quick. Our mega scale construction is almost done. That's going to be some interesting upgrades for me. I think I still want to bump these to the top. Just because it's got the research is going to bump my reputation up. In this instance, the negative is good. It means my reputation's recovering. All right, are we done auto building buildings? It looks like we might be. Cash is just building now. All right, new research station. See, it went up by like 500 with just a couple additional research stations being knocked out. I might want to bump accelerated construction up next. It's only 150 days, and the Empire bonus when I build the high-speed shipyard is going to be pretty massive. 10% ship maintenance savings. We look at what I'm spending on ship maintenance. It's 840,000, so 10% would be 84,000, which is pretty significant. You know, it's not nothing for sure. Take a look at the victory conditions. The Atuka's still hovering 55. They were 56. It's right around the same. Or Talon was 44. They're 45. So they've gone up. They've gone down 1%. Not significant. I've gone up 1%. How is the invasion fleets? Loading troops still? Looks like they are. Retrofitting and loading troops, doing both. I do need to build some new ship designs, so let's go ahead and do that, because I have some new designs now. Alright, so we got massive colony ship. Colony ship really doesn't matter at this stage in the game. Just have it to have it. Get rid of the old one. Large construction ship. I don't know why we didn't build that sooner if we had that available. All right, let's churn that out. Disable the medium one. I'm just gonna go through and make sure I'm not missing anything like that. We're good there. There. Fleet destroyer's fine. Looks like we have two active built though. All right, so that can go obsolete. I'd rather keep the one that I designed. Okay, large fuel tanker, Falcon interceptor. We're all good there. Zip attack shuttles. We really gotta turn that guy off. Large spaceport. I definitely want to design this. 4 construction yards is key. Yeah, I think this one just has so much space it doesn't really matter. Go ahead and churn that out. I think we only have a couple places that would support building that right now. 2 small freighter designs. I'm going to have to clean that up. The expedition transport is larger. Doesn't look like there's much spot to free up space for anything else. Might as well put weapons on there. Not gonna hurt anything at this stage of the game. Obsolete that. And I think that was the last thing. Yeah, it was. I do still need to figure out the small freighter though. Small freighter. Get rid of that. All right, we're good. This keeps flickering on and off as we get money and lose money. I would like to try to save up some cash so I can afford this high-speed shipyard as soon as it's ready. I mean, it looks like the retrofitting is what's eating most of our cash right now, as our ships are kind of rebuilding here. Why did our cash just plummet down to 0? So we were making positive 300K and the cash flow just dropped to nothing. I cannot think of anything that was going on that would cause that large of a economic swing. I mean, that's massive. All right, looks like we are reserving for the high-speed shipyard. I'll let the AI figure that one out. What has changed economically? Not that much. I mean, we haven't had that many more troops. Ship maintenance is about the same. Facility maintenance has gone up a little bit, but not unmanageably high. Check our reputation. Looks like it's still recovering. It's doing pretty good, though. I mean, we got a lot of bonuses from destroying creatures and pirate ships. So that helps offset those independent colony invaded penalties. And that should just get better over time, so. Yeah, it looks like we're attacking Rift Striders, retrofitting. The question is, once that spaceport's built, will I see the 10% reduction reflected here or no? Take a look at the colonies. That was Ether 1 was building that, right? Yeah, so it's built. 10% ship maintenance savings. All right, looks like everybody is like barely positioned where they need to be. A little bit of a lie. I think these guys are nowhere close, but several of them are positioned over here. If I go to war and these guys come after me, I should be able to pretty rapidly deploy and do what I need to do. I kind of want to wait for the retrofitting to finish though, just because, well, one, I'd rather have the most updated ships to attack and defend, but two, I do think, particularly the invasion fleets, they need to be ready to move and not kind of give us a hard time when the ships are in the queue to be retrofit. They will not move with the rest of the fleet, so I don't really want to do anything with these guys till they're done retrofitting. Critical research failure. I mean, that sucks because we were close to being done and that just knocked us all the way back to the beginning. Woof. All right, I still don't know what happened economically to set me back so massively. Like, it just dropped from being positive 300 to nothing. Let's look at some of these planets. Still have a fair amount of assimilation going on. If I look at the we're gonna do revenue. Oh, I know what happened. The buff wore off. There was a plus 20% happiness buff that went away, and that just destroyed our economy, which is not great, but it is what it is. All right, so these guys, when they get assimilated, they'll be happier. I mean, these guys are a hodgepodge of assimilated and not assimilated. And most of our planets are fairly cash positive, except for the ones that have a significant, still needs to be assimilated population on them. But we will get there eventually. Let's just make sure I have the right populations for all of these planets. Apply to all forest colonies. I don't think that's right. I'm going to cancel that. These all seem very, very wrong. All right, an emerging power. So we now have, unfortunately, the Shaktur are in our galaxy. And we're super cash negative. Not really in a position to fight them off. Things went from going pretty well to not going great. Let's see if I can solve any of this. I'm very nervous about replacing our like great overseer. He's definitely not great, especially with this colony happiness being low. My fear is that if I dismiss him, half our planets are going to fracture off and we're going to have to figure it out. And that would be very bad. But in the long term, it might be the better move. I do think I have an empire bonus. I mean, there's a ton of bonuses here, but leadership. This might be worth trying to do something with. All right, we got a ship already heading over there. I mean, I'm the natural fit to become partners with the Shaktur, but we'll see what happens. All right, I think I'm going to call it an episode there. We're working on stabilizing our economy, and I mean, the only thing we can really do with that is wait for the assimilations to happen. Aside from that, we are plodding along with our research. Things are going fairly well overall. Our military strength is almost up to 2 mil. Troops are over 200,000 now, so big leap forward for us, mostly attributed to getting the phasers and the Titan blasters, and then retrofitting a ton of our ships to accommodate that. Aside from that, we did wipe out the Hakonish completely, took over, I believe, all their mining stations, and then we did get a ton of freighters and everything under our belt. It does look like civilian ships are still being, built and or retrofit on a regular basis. If I look at construction wait time, I could see, well, those are just building spaceports, but yeah, passenger ships and whatnot all being built or retrofit. No new colonies, really. Well, I take it back. Looks like 2 more just popped up. I'm guessing it's because we're assimilating a species that is compatible with those colonies, so it's making them available to us once that happens. But yeah, outside of that, we're just gonna keep hammering along on the research, and then try to make some progress with the Shaktur event that's going on, and then soon I'm hoping to go to war with some of these guys, and continue our conquest of the galaxy. Let's look at the victory conditions. We could see Atuk is 53%, which is actually a 3% decline from where they started. Mortalin has gone up, so they're kind of meeting them. We are number 3 at 35%, which still, way behind them, but trending in the right direction. And then the Tylus Ascendancy, I think, is my next target, but I'm going to do it via the Actarian territory. So go to war with them. They get dragged into a defensive pact, and then I'll take them over. I don't want to declare war directly because they're allied with the top guys. Kind of feeling like that's the strategy for the next episode. I'm just going to keep... Woo. Don't hold down the button and do that. I think I'm just going to gobble up as many of these small guys as possible, and then take a swing at the Mortalin territory, and then try to steamroll the Atuk Dominion if I still need any anything after that. So we will call it there. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to see more content in the future, and we will catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.